Continuing on with this napkin holder, I've got these interesting kind of triangles in between the diamonds, and then this hexagon shape in the middle, and it's almost a multi-layer, but it's not really the same style as this. You can see kind of a shallow old world style on the hexagon, but then traditional style of chips offsetting it. So it's a cool look, and a little bit of a not real tricky to accomplish, but tricky to kind of consider and understand what the technique is there. So the first step is looking at this triangle right here. And this one's got a little bit of a curvature to it because that forms a circle around the middle. So the first part is to treat that triangle as well, it's just kind of a single chip, but the way it's accomplished is using kind of 3 old world style cuts, just to be able to get that shallow of an angle on it. And that shallow angle then is what offsets it. It gives it the carved look, but then still offsets from the cuts around it. So I did the first cuts, and basically what that's doing is those are the vertical cuts of the old world style chips, which these slice and cuts will complete. And as I'm going back and forth between the pushing and pulling for these final cuts, it's always a challenge to get the same angle on the knife. I think probably partly because I'm just not as experienced, and I don't have as many repetitions of doing this style of cut as I do with the traditional cuts with this knife. So as anything, comes with practice. So similar to the technique I had with drawing the lines outside here, again I removed all those extra lines. So I've got these extra lines drawn around the outside. They look like kind of a mess, but basically there's this line here, and I know that it connects up to this one, so I can go ahead and draw that in. And I'll draw them in lightly for demonstration purposes. I generally am not drawing these in because they're straight lines and I've got marks that I can connect them to, but this way you guys can see what's going on. So now you can see that hexagon shape, and then I'll be cutting out these kind of triangle arrow type shapes around the outside of those. And again, this is traditional cuts with all the same angle, where the center of the chip, or the deepest part of the chip rather, is in the center. And so at that point it's just following the pattern lines, same as anything else. I will say it is a little weird kind of cutting through the surface that I'm cutting isn't flush, right? It's the surface already carved out there, so it's slightly different, just kind of feels a little off for, you know, what I'm expecting kind of the look and feel to be. This one's not wanting to come out. There we go. Clean up around it a little bit. And the bottom part here, kind of the four-sided kite shape, is just the exact same thing. Carving those three. We got the triangle right there, and then that triangle right there, carve that out, and then again the two kind of triangles, arrows on the other side, and that produces that sort of appearance.